The name Elderberry is a bit unusual in the business context. What's the story behind the name?
Yeah, as I was thinking about this business, it sort of came to me at one point as an option. And the elder is like the reverence for elders that we see in indigenous communities. Elderberry is a healthy plant. The antioxidants in the berries are really healthy for you. So that's where elderberry came from. And then the dot is in the name. Even though I was in Northern California during the dot-com boom, when they used dot in the name, we don't anymore. But I wanted to send a signal very clearly that this was an online play, a marketplace. So the dot's in the name, and then work because that's what it's all about. So it's as simple as that. There's a more.
So I was just going to say, like, there are a few company names out there that really, somebody tells you like what the name of the company, and you're thinking, how did you come up with that name? I used to remember, this company was in the tech sector and they were doing some telephony switching or small telephony switching. And the company was called Brook Trout. I can remember the name of the company. It's like, it's always stuck in my head. Brook Trout Systems. That's what it was called. And I could not really connect the dots, like technology, Brook Trout, how the heck that works. But in your case, especially with the dot work, it sort of connects. I get it now. Elder, meaning elderly, like us.
Not elderly, but elder.
Yeah.
Yeah, not elderly though. That's
No,
not.
not elderly. Okay.
No.
Thanks
Elder
for the
meaning
correction.
like the value of experience, that
The
respect
value
your
of the
elders,
experience. That's right.
respect your
Like
elders.
the
Yeah,
Aboriginal elder.
yeah, yeah. But it's funny you
Cool.
mentioned about the names. I got a good story for you. So I
Okay.
mentioned I was with a startup in Northern California. It was called ShareWave, by the way. We were an early Wi-Fi home Wi-Fi pioneering expert
Okay.
before Wi-Fi. In fact, I was on a marketing committee for the wireless industry with Intel and Microsoft and a bunch of others. And I remember having a conference call, and this was when the technology was still called IEEE 802.11b. And a couple guys on the call, I think they were from Microsoft and Intel, said, "Hey, we came up with a consumer brand name for this. It's called Wi-Fi. It stands for wireless fidelity. What do you guys
Okay.
think?" And I remember saying, "Yeah, yeah, that sounds pretty good." And then a
And
little
the name
after
is
that,
stuck.
the name stuck. Yeah, Wi-Fi. Maybe it resonates better with you than Elderberry.Work. I don't know, but then a
What
little
resonated with me
while
was,
later, no, a little while later, we were invited to be part of a House of the Future, showing off all the latest technology, and it was in Berkeley, California, or, across from San Francisco, and all the VCs are there and stuff. So it was kind of a cool opportunity, and I went in and I did the demo and talked to the VCs as they walked through and all that kind of stuff. And when it was over, I talked to some of the fellow people who were demoing there. And these guys said, from a company called Research in Motion. I thought, well, that's kind of a weird name. What do you guys do? They said, oh, we're from Canada, because I had said I was from Canada. And we said, oh, well, I'm from Canada too. And they said, well, we put email in your palm of your hand. Part of me said, I don't want emails following me around all day long. But anyway, that's my story about Research in Motion, a name that seemed kind of odd to me at that point.
that's right. And you know what? You just reminded me of 802.11.